I've just got to tell you how pleased as punch I am that you made it back out here. Did Mr. Timothy give you any trouble? Good. I've been trying to lay down the law with him. Or just not let him lay down the law with me. I just want him to know that I know he's not the law, he is just my neighbor. He is an 80-year-old man, But I've been watching too much true crime, and it's been making me nervous. I've been watching this show called My Neighbor's the Devil, and all this time I've been thinking Mr. Timothy's just an innocent, grouchy old man. But what if he is the devil, We're in North Carolina. He has access to firearms, I'm sure of it. Just don't let them not investigate Mr. Timothy if anything happens to me, okay? Don't let them just be like, oh, neighbor's a nice old man. If you remember, you don't have to remember, hopefully nothing's going to happen, but if it does. Anyways, I knew I liked you as soon as we met a couple weeks back. When you came in for your Deanna Frost manicure, your Deanna Frost experience, as me and you know. I didn't know if you liked me, though, because, sometimes people love me after a Deanna Frost manicure. And sometimes people write their little reviews on Yelp.com. But I'm glad you liked me back, because you are meant to be one of my girls. The girls are running late, by the way. They're coming straight here after Linda Pinto's retirement party. Do you know Linda Pinto? She is my friend's friend, and I like to be respectful of everybody that comes into contact with my circle, even if they're not in my circle. We just have some history, the two of us, that prevents us from being buddy-buddy and inviting each other to each other's houses. My daughter's father is her husband. I never married him because I was able to discern that he was trash before I committed myself any further to him than, having my daughter with him. I don't regret my daughter in the slightest, but if I went back in time, would I have relations with that heaping pile of trash again? Hopefully not. But then my daughter would never exist. So, it's a good thing time travel doesn't exist. But Linda Pinto's married to George. Good for her, right? I just feel sad for the lady because she doesn't get it. She doesn't see it. She doesn't see that he's a big old sleazeball. But my friends, they go to the parties and stuff because she is a bit of a leader in the town, and they don't want to ostracize themselves. So that's fine, because it'll give me and you some time to just chat and get to know each other. And I got something. I got a package that I was going to unbox, just see what's in here. And then if you don't mind, I was going to paint my nails, and then let's do some color theory before they get here, right? So we open the nail polish that I got. I paint my nails. You can paint yours too if you want. And then we do a little color theory. I pick some polishes for you for a little pick and mix. Do you like painting your own nails? Then yeah, you've got to leave here with some of my polish. I've got way too much polish. I need to get some of it off of my hands. Do you mind? Okay, let's do it then, girl. This is actually PR, believe it or not. Public relations is what that stands for, but it's a package I was sent by ILNP, which stands for I Love Nail Polish, because I reached out to them and I said, hey, I am a nail technician, a nail artist, Nails by Deanna, look me up. Could I be added to your PR list, because I'm a nail artist and I'll use your products and I've already spent a small fortune, could you? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh my goodness. Thanks. And so, let's open them. This is fun. tissue paper, just like in the movies. Okay, so they gave me a stick. That's cute, right? That's a cute little stick. It's heavy. It's a magnet, I think. I think it's one of those magnetic polishes. Okay, that'll be interesting. We'll give that a whirl with a stick. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Okay, this is called Glass Candy Ultra Glossy Top Coat. I don't know if my top coat I use is any good. I just use the one that's at the CVS. Okay, that's fun, right? It's just clear. But we'll use it on the top. Why not? Cool. Okay. Lock Up Ultra Bonding Base Coat. This is probably good. My nails, and I know I'm a nail artist and a nail technician, but they, quite frankly, look atrocious because I keep changing my nail polish. It's an addiction. When you change your nail polish every 2 to 4 days, it doesn't matter how much cuticle oil you slather on, and trust me, I slather on a ton of cuticle oil. Your nails are gonna look bad, and mine do. So I've got to get them covered up with some polish before the girls get here. Not that they'd mind, but they would rib me for it. You know, we've got kind of a ribbing relationship. But me and you aren't there yet, and I love that, so we don't have to. You're not going to rib me for my nails, right? Good. I just, I'm already beating myself up. Hey, look at this. Why'd I just throw this? Flashing lights. Hey, ma. That's quite the color. Really strong energy. Wow, okay. If I get an Aquarius in my chair, they're going to need this. I don't know when the last time I had an Aquarius in my chair was. What's this? Sky. But it's spelled like you would spell sky if you named a dog. Sky. S-K-Y-E. Okay. It's like purpley. Something like that. This has the name Sky, but this is feeling like it's a bit rooting. Like this polish might be a rooting polish. In terms of like helping you connect with the earth and soil. Usually that's brown polishes and green polishes, but sometimes it's a blue. Because the water's blue and the water's in the soil. This is a purple, but it still feels like it's connected to the earth for me. Maybe a gemstone, maybe an amethyst. Interesting. Okay, I love to play with a new polish because when the polish is newer, they have a lot to say to me. They have a lot to inform me about their personalities. And then, we get to know each other. And it's a comfortable quiet, but it gets quiet. Glow stick. Okay. Oh. Wow. Wow. I feel taken aback by this one. Wow. This feels like youth in a bottle. This feels like being 22, drunk on tequila, on a college campus the year after you graduated. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I know I have a couple of clients that fit that like a tee, like a glove. Amped. Perfect for my mood right now. I am amped. I'm always amped to hang out with friends, but to hang out with friends and open polish? What is this? Amped. I just said it. Oh my God. Please, Lord, do not let me go senile while my business is not yet what I want it to be. Other people reach their dreams at a young age. Other people like Linda Pinto are ready to retire. I'm not ready to retire. Not by a long shot. This feels like grown up this. This is glow stick and this feels 22. And then she feels 26. So not really grown up, just a step up. Power surge. Oh my gosh. It's a lot of electricity vocabulary. Oh. Okay. That's green. I wonder if this is the right green for that Charlie XCX girl. No, I don't think so. I think it's too dark. Have you seen the brat thing? It's everywhere. I let people enjoy what they enjoy, but I will say one thing. Have you listened to that song, 365? It's about a drug. Okay? And not one of the fun ones, in my opinion. Not one of the ones that's natural from the earth. One of the ones that's crushed up by men in suits. You know the one. Snow, flour, sugar. Those are all things that look similar to the one. I don't support that kind of drug use. I just can't. I have a daughter. I know she's 42, but I just can't support that kind of drug use. Not when I've seen what it's done to people. Whew. Robert Downey Jr. God, it was hard to watch him back then. Now I guess he's going to be another one of the superheroes, but he was already a superhero, but maybe he's going to be a villain this time. I worry for that little Charlie XCX. I hope she has somebody in her life to say, hey girl, you're okay. You don't have to do all this. But that's the mama bear in me. Okay, so there's that. We got one more. What's this one? Light wave. Okay, so out of this collection, we've got 3 purples. I love purple, but it feels like one of those could have been a pink. But my eyes aren't what they used to be. Maybe this is a pink. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Feels like a purpley pink if it is a pink at all, which I don't think it is. Okay. Give me a second. I need to think on it. Because I do want to do one of my new colors, but I'm just not sure which one. I've decided on glow stick. I want to feel 22. What a farce. Yeah. Okay, let's use their lock-up base coat. I'm getting some other polishes too, because I bought them, not because they're sending them to me, but I feel like I've been using this ILNP, and people are going to be like, oh, you're not willing to try anything else, are you? But I am. I just like it. When I like something, I like it. You know how it is. But yeah. So the girls that are coming tonight are Agnes. I call her Aggie because I kind of think the name Agnes ages her. We're in our 60s. We're not in our 150s, you know. I'm not sure if she likes that, though. And maybe I won't do that anymore. It came up in therapy last time. Maybe it's time to respect Agnes's wishes, or at least ask what they are. I'm trying to become more aware, more conscious. I really got into therapy because of my daughter. You know, she's all for it, and I've learned so many things about myself and the world. And really, I noticed that I had some blind spots when it came to my daughter. Things that I would say to her that weren't kind. And when I realized that these were not things that I would say to anybody else, that I wouldn't call any of my friends lazy or tell any of my friends that they needed to try to get a raise or try to get a better job or whatever else, I was like, why am I doing this to my kid? Yeah, she's 42, but she's still my kid. And therapy helped me realize that hey, I am taking out my insecurities about myself on my kid, and maybe let's stop that, Deanna, you know, before I become one of those cut-off mothers. I do feel bad for them, but I also support their kids who had to cut them off. It's a craze these days, cutting off your parents, but I don't think it's necessarily bad. I think some parents need to be kind of put in a little reflection corner for a bit to realize what they've been doing to their kids. Only thing is, most of those parents that get cut off, they'll never realize that they did anything wrong. Linda Pinto is one of those parents. Gossip on the street is that her sons, who are my daughter's half-siblings, with George, don't talk to her anymore. That's what I heard from Lauren, my daughter, and she would know because that's her half-siblings. I'm not gleeful about it, I really am not. But I also support those boys and what they had to do. And maybe it's less to do with Linda Pinto than it is to be with the fact that George is a massive asshole. And I know that. God knows that. Jesus knows it. Everyone does. When I say asshole, he's just like weirdly competitive with his sons, you know. It just felt like, well, those boys, they played baseball growing up. And it just felt like they really didn't have a choice of what they played. It was going to be baseball or bust because George loved baseball. But those boys weren't good at it. And so they quit, and he resented that. And then they got into fancier things, you know. One of the boys is really good at the harp. And George always hated that he played the harp. And I don't know, you know, traditional gender roles, they will destroy a man from the inside out. And maybe that's what that is, in terms of he couldn't handle his son playing the harp because maybe he thought that the harp is kind of a feminine instrument. Because you do kind of have to lay it on your crotch. And it would seem that a woman had a crotch that was better prepared than a man's. Not that your genitals determine your gender. I am very up to date on trans issues. I make it my priority to be up to date on those things because the LGBTQ plus IA plus community is a huge part of my clientele. And by a huge part, I mean I have 2 clients who identify to me that they are LGBTQ plus, but this is North Carolina. So I assume some of my other clients are, and they are just stifled by the culture here. But yes, I stay up to date on it. I never want to be that old lady who you just can't get with the times. That's not who I want to be. And my girls wouldn't let me be that if I wanted to, because they are so with it too. Well, Mary Beth is sensitive. She's super sensitive, so she always knows what's going on in the world. And sometimes she's crying about it, and that's okay. Let her cry. Is it productive? No. But feelings are feelings, whether or not they're productive. But she's also sensitive about personal things, like I told you before, she might bring something salty over. Hopefully she doesn't bring any food because they're coming straight from the retirement party. But if she does bring something, just know it's going to be super salty. If you have a heart issue or whatever else where you can't eat too much salt, don't eat it. But, you know, it will hurt her feelings, but your health is more important than that. Okay, that's just with one coat. We're definitely going to need to do another. So, yeah, so there's Agnes, and then there's Mary Beth, and then there's Leslie. I adore Leslie. I wish that she could talk about literally anything other than her grandkids for half of a second, but I guess we'll just allow her this phase. God, I hope it's a phase. Look, I'm not a grandmother. My daughter has not had a child. If I was a grandmother, I'm sure I'd be over the moon about it. Maybe it's just like I can't get it because I'm not a grandmother. But to me, it seems a little over the top. You know, everything is about those kids, and they have stupid names. No offense to your generation, but they really have a way of naming kids the stupidest things. I think one of the grandkids is called Maddox, and one of the grandkids is called Prinsley, and it's spelled Prinsleyigh. Gosh, people have run with that EIGH spelling, which doesn't make any sense phonetically. But oh well. So she's got these grandkids with these stupid names, and she's always telling us all these stories, and I just don't think she realizes how boring these stories are. Because in her mind, this is so exciting, but hearing it out loud, you know, oh, little Prinsley played in the sandbox today, and she got sand on her shorts. Okay, Leslie. What a non-story. A child played in a sandbox and then there was sand on her shorts. Wow, Leslie. Have you considered writing a novel, you know? Oh, Maddox got an award. So, because, you know, if it was a real award, okay, but it wasn't a real award. It was one of those awards that every kid gets at some point in the year. Terrific kid. Yeah, so he got Terrific Kid, but it was March, you know. He had a lot of months to get Terrific Kid where he didn't. So, I'm sorry I wasn't so impressed. Yeah, I should work on it. I should try to listen and be interested in these kids' lives. But I already was so interested in, you know, my kid's life when my kid was a kid, and her kid's life when her kid was a kid. Christina is her kid's name. Such a lovely, beautiful, normal name, Christina. And then she has to go and name her kids Brinsley and Maddox. I think there's a third, but I'm not sure. Maybe I am bitter. I don't know. Maybe I am jealous. I need to talk to that with Dr. Sarah. Talk about that with Dr. Sarah. That's my therapist. That's a good point. Maybe I am jealous. Frick. Okay, I didn't think about that. But yeah, it sounds pretty frickin' likely. I gotta examine that. Okay. Oh no. Oh, we're okay. Okay. Yeah. And then what am I supposed to do with this stick that they gave me? Just hold it? Well, let me just get this one again. Do you think I should do a third coat? I think I'm gonna do a third coat. Yeah. Aggie, or rather Agnes. Agnes also has grandkids, but they're always in trouble, so she's not that proud of them. Well, she would never say that, but, you know. She just doesn't talk about them too much. They're always getting in trouble at school. They vandalized a toilet in a very disgusting way a couple months back, and I heard that from somebody else. I did not hear that from Agnes. So clearly that was not information she was super excited to receive about her grandchildren. They have normal names, but, you know, maybe not that normal, because maybe what's normal now is to name your kid something with E-I-G-H in it. So, yeah, I think the kids are like David and Daniel. Maybe David and Daniel. She doesn't say their names that often. That's the truth. She doesn't. So it's not like I've had super big opportunities to know their names. But yeah, I think it's a little bit of the, what's it called? ADHD. I have ADHD myself. But it can be a struggle, I think, for boys, because they're just louder in general. But it's not the ADHD that makes these kids bad. And they're not bad. I don't think there's such thing as a bad kid, you know, but they are. They tend to get in trouble at school, and I think that's because they don't get in trouble at home. Agnes's son, and that's the thing, right? Agnes's son, this children's father, just kind of follows mom's lead, Agnes's daughter-in-law. And the daughter-in-law is all crunchy, you know. Granola and, oh no, my kids can't have a fruit roll up. They have to have an actual piece of fruit. Give them a banana. But yeah, she's really crunchy. Didn't vaccinate her children, which is stupid in my opinion. I'm sorry if you don't believe in vaccinations. I know I need to be open-minded to other people's beliefs, but it just kind of pisses me off, quite frankly, because I just don't think people understand what it was like before the polio vaccine. My older brother had complications from polio his entire life. And it's a slap in the face to the people who had polio to be like, I'm not going to vaccinate against polio. At least that's my opinion. Sorry, I know that's controversial. But since when? Gosh, it makes me angry that that's controversial these days. But maybe that's a bit why the kids are the way they are, because they just run around the house naked, unvaccinated, slipping and sliding all over the place, turning the interior of the home into an obstacle course. You come in for Easter Sunday because you were invited. I went to 4 different Easter Sunday events last Easter because you were invited. I was invited, so I go in and I'm trapezing. I'm 65. I should not be trapezing over everything. I don't know if I'm doing the stick right, but I guess it is what it is. They had a whole parka stretched across 2 chairs, and they would not move it. And the mom acted like, oh, that's totally normal to make all of your guests duck under a parka that's attached to 2 chairs. That's not normal. Not when you have elderly guests like myself. Okay. Okay. Let's do the top coat. And then we will get you a little pick and mix of some of my nail polishes. I have way too many. Trust me, it's not a burden in the slightest. I have way too many nail polishes. I know that this is my business, but I keep buying them. I do. So you've got to get some off my hands. You really do. I'll pick the ones for you, so you don't have to worry about taking my favorite. But also, you know, I like to read the energy of the polish, so just don't want to randomly assign you a polish. It's got to be the right one for you. I find that if you're wearing the wrong polish out and about in the world, it can lead to devastating consequences. It can ruin the momentum of your life. I just don't think that many people are that tuned in to these consequences. Yeah, I just don't know if I did the stick right, or maybe I'm supposed to do the stick for 10 times longer than that. Maybe I'll do a little stick after the top coat. Okay. Stick. They do look better. Thank God. I was embarrassed. Ooh, you can feel it. You can feel the metal coming to the surface. Interesting. Okay. I have to be careful because these nails are wet. I think something in a jewel tone is kind of going to be an essential for this time around. You've just got an air of fire, a heart of fire at this moment in time. You had a calmer presence last time. Now I'm feeling the fire. And a fire can be brought out, amplified by a jewel tone. But it's a rooting fire. It's a grounded fire. It's not a wild fire. It's a specific contained fire. And that's good. because as fun as a wildfire spirit can be, it's also destructive. Okay. I've been meaning to try this combo, this little OPI green with this one on top. Yeah, your aura is rejecting it though, so it's not the time. Sorry. Okay. Okay. As different as these are, I'm being compelled. You need both of them. An unlikely yin and yang. This is called spellbound. This is called first light. Yeah, these are going with you. Hold on to those. Okay. Caroline. Told your name. But she's calling to you. Caroline is calling to you. This is yours, yeah? Okay, and then... Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So 5. This one, this is... Be mine. You weren't ready for it the last time I saw you. You're ready for it today. Euphoria. Caroline. Spellbound. First light. Okay, yes. Okay, the girls are pulling up. Let's get ready. I'm glad we have this time to just chat, the two of us, though. They're going to be loud when they get in, so prepare for it. Okay, Mary Beth is crying, so maybe just eat whatever that is she has in her hand. It looks like pimento cheese. Okay. All right, they're coming round. Okay, I hope you had fun. I hope you've had fun so far. The girls are going to love you. You've got this.